Welcome to To Be Human podcast, episode 39 on capitalism. So today I've decided to cover capitalism because it's an ever present thing of human life, the need of purchasing, stuff. So it's semi-necessary evil, as people can't be like, I'll just give this thing away for free, because no, people want stuff for doing stuff, because like, sell things, it's work because you put the effort into it. It's like to get whatever the thing is. You don't want to give the thing for free. So, like, there's definitely fairness to it, but also there's definitely a lot of problems with capitalism, and recently a lot of prices being going up, cost of life, stuff, a lot of general, like, money problems. It's like on everyone's minds. So, yeah, guess today talk about both the good and bad. So yes, the good is that technically needed, but ideally, like in an ideal world, it wouldn't be needed. But we're not in an ideal world, so it's a necessary evil for now, and that's about as far as the good goes. Not a lot of good else. Hopefully, when you buy a thing, you get to keep the thing as long as it lasts, as long as it's in good condition. Like, but obviously, there's been things where it's like you buy a thing, but it doesn't. You don't get to keep it forever, especially with certain digital things. I'm obviously referring to video games. And there's been the whole stop killing games thing started by Cursive Farms, Ross Scott, whatever his name is, creator of Freeman's Mind and other stuff, but none of that really matters for this podcast. I probably mentioned that stuff before on the our podcast, but yeah, the fact that your games could just be taken down and you don't get to keep them, which games are like one of the things that could essentially work indefinitely, as long as it's kept in some sort of storage in some formats. Obviously, the playability might lower over time because, constant changing hardware and all that. But But yeah, still, if you buy something, you should be able to keep it. Like, that's kind of how money and capitalism works. You buy the thing, you should be able to keep the thing until you deem that's no longer fit for its purpose or it gets used. Like, once it's yours, it should be yours, and no one should be able to mess with that, but people will. People will also, mess with the price of things to get that extra dollar. Like, might as well use another recent example. Look at the PlayStation 5 Pro. Jesus Christ, that's expensive. And it's like 700 USD. I'm Australian. That's like, goddamn, like, over $1,000 Australian. And that's for the non-disc version. The version without, disc tray, online only. Which, yeah, and this becoming more rare, I understand, but like, I want the option to, have the discs and all that. Like, I'm kind of old-fashioned in that way, and I'm only 22. I'm a Gen Z, and even I'm like, I still would appreciate this thing just as an option, just for, the sake of it. Because for this version, it's like a extra 100. That's in, US, so it's like 800 US, so that's like bring up to like 1,150 dollars Australian, just for like the disc tray version, and that's like absurd. And sometimes it's more because shipping, whatever. Like, so, yeah, it's like, some people are too capitalistic, I can understand the rush of capitalism, I played Adventure capitalists. It's like, once you start the empire, it's like, yes, money, flow on me. Let the money flow. Let there be money everywhere. I can get the rush, but when it comes to real life and, affecting real people, it kind of becomes a problem. Like, a game is a game, but real life's real life, so it's not the same as, having that high. Honestly, we need to get every millionaire and billionaire addicted to, and trillionaire addicted to venture capitalists. Maybe that would solve the problem. Give the same rush of earning lots of money without, hopefully, seriously affecting everyone. There's always, like, seems like the people are making money, like, we need more money, even though you already have a lot of money. Like, um, another thing that was recent, like, Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI launched some, like, direct, like, rip-off of Lunchables, not even being that discreet, being lunchies or something like that. Um, like, like, Jesus Christ. I definitely say it's in the bucket that Mr. Beast has fallen at this point. He's doing business with Logan Paul, and that's just a sign that yep, it like if you're dealing with them, like that when I did that one like live stream where I put him in, Mr. Beast and S tier, he's probably going right down to almost F tier. Yeah, and I feel like that spot is reserved specifically for Logan Paul, just because even Mr. Beast is like not that evil, but safe to say, from wherever that stream was, he's down in D tier now. It is for one. He'd be paradoxical, he'd be both in D and S. S for accomplishment, D for current. Like, so, yeah. But I'm getting a bit distracted on other topics, but yeah. But there's another venture that's just, pure, like basically capitalism. Like, trying to squeeze in on Lunchables, which, to be fair, like, Lunchables not the healthiest thing, but still, they kind of won in the Lunchable scene. They kind of created it, so let's just let them have it, I guess. They're gonna continue to probably sell garbage food to kids. There's nothing that can really be done. It's up to, the parents to, make wise decisions for the kids and try and influence the kids to have something hopefully at least decent, or at least decent as the choices can be at times. Because if you live in America, God, the food is probably be death. I actually thought about that, like, whilst being uh, food poisoned, like, if I was sick and eating, like, the food in America, I'd probably be dead, because there's so much, like, sugar, fat, and all that, and, like, American food, like, my body probably couldn't handle it after being food poisoned, like, I'm lucky that I'm in Australia. But I'm getting off the topic again. It's just, and something I thought about whilst being having food poisoning is that I was like, oh my god, food has a lot of sugar in it. You don't realize it till your body resets, and it's like you eat like a biscuit, and it's like got like so much like sugar in it, and it's like, oh my god. I eat this on a regular basis and feel fine, yet now while eating it while I'm sick, I'm like, oh god, I can't imagine another bite. This is too sweet. So yeah, I'm glad I'm not American. Yay. And safe to say, Americans probably definitely help earn the term like capitalism. Like, I saw like a video of like piracy, and when I saw in the video that even water is owned by Coca-Cola in like America, it's like, oh my god. Like, Jesus Christ, everything's owned by like, you know, the corporations, Jesus, in America, because Pyro goes on a tangent about like water and stuff, which seems like it's a thing I also do a lot. I always go on tangents, but yeah, seeing that even the water is owned by like Kirk is like, Jesus Christ, that's kind of scary. At least when I look at my water, it's like, okay, it's just one of like 3 like generic like brands. There's like the natural one, whatever the heck it's called. There's like there's like Courage, and then there's like another one or something. I don't know brands. I don't pay attention to that sort of stuff. I just buy whatever I need. Through need. Forget. Like, obviously for some things it's like, oh yeah, I'll go for that brand of that thing because it's a good quality of whatever that is. But otherwise it'd be whatever I'm feeling or whatever I want or need. But at least when I look at my world, it's not owned by Coke. It's not all just pure capitalistic dominance. There's at least variety, and things are at least healthier, and yeah, still, there'll always be capitalism to some degree, but at least it's not looking like almost dystopian, like corporations rule the world, it's cyberpunk or something. Corporations rule, Night City, blah blah. There's corporate wars. And yeah. But yeah, yeah. At least it hasn't got capitalism hasn't gone to that point, but that's like when you see that, it's like, is it possible that this could happen? And hearing like one of the things like another tangent during that video where Pyro's talking about the launch of the lunchies or whatever. That there's a thing where it's like, if you own Disney Plus, you're not able to like sue Disney or whatever it was. Something with Disney, and it's like okay, Jesus, Disney. Apparently there's like a similar thing on lunchies or something like that, where it's like, you can't sue us because we incorporate into our thing, you can't sue us. We're not a knockoff and you can't sue us. Ha ha ha. God. God. The madness of the world will never end. Capitalism will continue. Starting to feel like Tim Curry and the only escape from capitalism is to head to space. The only freedom from capitalism, space, or however the line goes. I could probably literally just quickly search it up. Let me. Let's see. There we are. No, that's not immediately going to get me. Let me just search umbrella to 3. Because I finally learned that it was actually from a video game. Let me, there we are, I finally found it. Oh, it's muted, yay.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
I love how it's trying to hold in the laugh whilst doing it. Like... Like, it is trying its best, but that laugh will eventually escape. But no one can hear you in space. But, yeah, one place to escape capitalism, space. The final frontier. Yeah. Maybe one day I can retire on the moon or something. Go to Mars. If that ever gets started. I don't even think there's, done rocket launch to, send people to Mars like they were planning to. I mean, that's, planned for 2025, but it could be delayed. I mean, another estimated thing was 2030, so it still could happen by 2030. COVID might not actually detriment the plans to go to Mars that much. But still, safe to say I'm stuck on Earth for now. Stuck on one place. So yeah, capitalism will sneak its, like, gremlin hands around me and be like, buy things. Give in, spend your money, make the rich richer, when you can barely afford to live in this economy. So, either way, I think I've talked about capitalism enough. One episode. I think I'll conclude. All I have to say is just spend your money wisely. Spend your money wisely. And hope to God that things don't get worse. And if there's things like stop killing games or other things that, other movements to make certain that things don't keep getting even more expensive, maybe, help it, or, help, things, keep the things you buy, like video games. I've even, heard, like, things where, people are concerned about, keeping their houses because, you know, sometimes that can, be, owned by the government, so that's fun. Spend like $1 million on the house and you're not even guaranteed to keep the house. That's a real wise investment. Especially since it's already hard enough for young people like myself to, get a house. If it can just be taken away, like, that doesn't seem too great, to be honest. There needs to be some, like, regulations, and there are regulations for prices of things, like certain things, but God, some people stretching it to the edge. Some people are, trying to push their luck, and eventually, people won't be buying anymore. Are they? Because you drained all that money, or because they gone sick of the stuff? But anyway, I keep going and going in like a spiral if I never stop. So I'm gonna conclude. All I can say is capitalism, it's a thing. It probably will exist for a long time to continue, and hopefully there'll be a day where it's no longer needed, but I don't think that day is ever going to happen in my lifetime. Like, we're not going to have future sci-fi stuff, like, at least for probably in a few hundred years, if it's even possible, which could be. Who knows? What's seen as science fiction could eventually be science reality. Only time will tell. Just it could be a bit. Could be 100 years, could be 1,000, could be 10,000, but maybe eventually. Not contributing factor to if that stuff happens is society. And capitalism is, kinda a big thorn in that, but anyway, I'm gonna keep going on and on and on and on. So I'm gonna conclude, just say, make your own decisions. You're your own person. Just don't end up selling your soul to the devil or something. Like, so yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'll conclude this To Be Human podcast episode. Until the next one, peace, thank you, and goodbye.